morning, my beautiful budding bakers. Lads, I hope you're holding on to your knickers because it is very windy outside. You'll be blown into next week. Hold on tight to those briefs. This morning I am doing the most delectable, divine, so easy, very dramatic tiger cake. Have a look on what's on that plate. I have finished it with some chocolate ganache and some, marshmallows, some malteesers, just to give it a bit of a va-va-voom divine cake. So, starting with easy peasy lemon squeezy ingredients, we have got 125 grams of sunflower oil. We've got 120 grams of caster sugar. We have 60 mils of buttermilk. If you do not have buttermilk, you can use ordinary milk. You can even add a teaspoon of lemon juice. I just love buttermilk. And you've got 2 beautiful free-range eggs. That is going to be the batter. I'm going to start with this first because I don't want to confuse you because there's a lot going on with this one. Easy recipe, have to keep your wits about you. So we are starting with whisking our egg and our buttermilk. So our buttermilk and our eggs go in together. Followed by our oil. Blunk, blunk, blunk. Now, caster sugar, in it goes, into the bowl. We have got our liquid. This is a beautiful tiger cake. There are so many variations out there. I have scaled this right down to suit kids because I do this in the kids camp. So, when you're doing it with kids, the one thing that can freaks kids out is, oh my God, there's so many things to this. Mise en place. When you have everything all weighed out in little containers, it makes life so much easier. There's a method, a 1, 2, 3, and in it goes. So, at the moment, we have got our caster sugar, we have our sunflower oil, we have got our buttermilk, we have got our 2 eggs. Now, the other thing I did forget was a teaspoon of vanilla extract, and because we're all human, I forgot. Now, this is a bottle of vodka, and it has 23 vanilla pods in it. And I leave it soak for about 6 to 8 weeks. Now, this one is in week 2. Now, I'm not endorsing Smirnoff Ice first thing in the morning, lads, but I am endorsing making your own vanilla extract. So I have got 30 vanilla pods. I've sliced down the center. I know I'm digressing, but this is just fabulous. And I put them into a bottle of vodka. Absolutely amazing. Make your own vanilla extract for a fraction of the cost. So, that was my tip for today. So we've got our liquids. Now, you've got 2 large eggs, you've got your milk, your buttermilk, you've got everything rocking and rolling. But now we're going to split the mix. So I need my trusty scales and a container, bring it right back to 0, and the batter is 400 grams, give or take 400 grams. So I'm going to weigh out exactly 200 grams for each little pot. So each pot will hold 200 grams of my batter. Bring it back to 0, always bring it back to 0, and then it should be 200. Lovely. Scrape every last bit out of your mix, give or take, eyeball. So we now have 2 little pots of oil batter. Next thing, we have got 90 grams of self-raising flour and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. That's the vanilla side. Then we have 60 grams of self-raising flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of your baking powder, and then you have got 20 grams of your cocoa powder, or sorry, 15 grams of your cocoa powder. And just give stir, 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 stir. Now it would have been clever to stir with a clean fork. So we have vanilla, chocolat, split the batter mix of our tiger cake. Just having a quick zoom of the cake again. Zoom down, thank you very much. This is where you're going to get the ripple effect with your batter. So, starting with our vanilla batter, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour all the batter. This is a crazy cake. Crazy times, we need a crazy cake for Friday. So, give it a stir, 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 stir. As you can see, very high-tech equipment we're using this morning. A pastry fork, plastic Tupperware, enthusiasm and some passion, that's all you need. And a touch of magic. So, if you enjoy this, share, click, pass the word around. Tell everyone there's a crazy cake lady in Carrigaline whipping up a storm. I may not be cracking eggs, I may not be teaching, but I can teach virtually. And I'll be putting everything up on my YouTube. A Touch of Magic 100. Now, back again, we have got our chocolate mix. In goes the oil batter and the milk and the eggs for our chocolate mix. And give that a stir. You can even pretend you're a Kenwood mixer. Fabulous if you have kids because you can share the mixing. I'm going to do the chocolate one. Okay, so I'll do the vanilla. So again, all I'm doing is combining with my very expensive equipment today. 2 batters, a chocolate batter and a vanilla batter. Because we're going to create a bullseye cake. So you're going to have this tiger pattern going through the sponge. Yum! Now, clean as you go, clean as you go. Kaboom, boom, boom. We are left with 2 containers. This goes to the sink. Zoom. Zoom. And I'm back. You missed me. Now, I have got fabulous, trusty blue packing bags. The reason they're blue, it's very handy because if you do snip a bit of plastic and it's clear, it can go into your batter and you go, oh my goodness, what was this in the cake? But you can always spot, you can always spot the blue. So with my trusty jug, I'm going to put in one and we're going to start with the vanilla. Now, you can dollop this into your tin, which is an 8-inch round tin. Whoa, there's a little bit of flour not mixed through, Trish, how could you? In it goes, in it goes. Bit of a faux pas there, but listen, we will soldier on. Give it a stir. Give it a stir in the piping bag. You didn't see me accidentally whisk a little bit of batter in my piping bag. So we have got 1 piping bag. Gather it up. Give it a twist as if you're wringing a chicken's neck. Sorry, chicken, that's very unkind, all those chickens out there. So there's 1 batter. Fabulous to do for gluten-free as well, because the wetter the better the better. Do you remember? The wetter the better the better. So again, I'm going to give this a bit of a stir. This is our chocolate mix. And in it goes to our piping bag. It's very handy having it into a tall glass or a jug or some sort of a container so that if you don't have somebody helping, you can just scoop it in and work away. Again, clean as you go, clean as you go. Kaboom! Squeeze, give it a twist. And we have 2 of our bags. Now, we have got an 8-inch tin. And I have got my trusty scissors. I will start with the chocolate, followed by my vanilla. And the reason I like to have it on the plate is you can see the batter is coming out. So, squeeze 1 lot. If I zoom in there, you can see I am then almost injecting on top of the vanilla. And another one. This is why you can understand why kids love this, because it's repetitive, but you can also get one super kid holding 1 bag while the other fills another one. I have super kids, but I don't have another one with free hand. and we're going to squeeze. It is so satisfying looking at this as it's piping that you're going to have this super cool cake. And as I said, all I'm doing is I'm repeating. It does not matter what way your sponge or your cake is going, as long as you keep your batter in the bullseye. So keep finding the center of your sponge and squeezing your batter. It is not a difficult cake to do. You can do this by spoon by spoon by spoon. I just find it a little bit cleaner when I'm doing it with a piping bag. It also helps encourage piping skills in general for baking. So there is no harm in getting stuck in and getting into the technique of piping, because it's a fabulous skill to learn. Look at how cool this cake is looking. Can you zoom in there, Sophie Mouse, just to show the fun and squidgy goodness there is. Now, wibble, 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 wibble. You can bullseye, and it's almost like a tree ring. It's going around and around and around. Kids are fascinated. It's like, oh my God. So you're going to put this into the oven, 180 for 25 to 30 minutes. You still want a bit of a spring sprung, so 25 minutes, take it out and check it. If it's spring sprung, it's done. You don't need those extra 5 minutes. If you think it's a little bit wobbly, just remember, anytime you take a cake out, you'll always have the residual heat continually cooking your cake. So I would prefer to do the 25 minutes, but at a push, depending on your oven, could take 30 minutes. So in this goes. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. And this is what you end up with. So what I've done is I've just made a ganache. I don't know, can you zoom in just to have a look at the center of the deliciousness? And you can see you have got these gorgeous tiger stripes, a big wedge for breakfast. A ganache I've simply made, and I'll show you on, or not show you, I will describe on the recipe. It's 300 grams of Belgian chocolate to 150 milliliters of cream. Boiled cream. Bring the cream to the boil or even into the microwave. Give it about 10 seconds before you pour over your chocolate drops, and you've got chocolate soup. I've enough to do 2 of these tiers. So obviously half that if you're only going to do 1. But these are beautiful cakes. You can sandwich them. So you can have a bottom one, you could fill it with buttercream, you can have another one on top, you can triple stack them. It's when you cut them, you get this amazing tiger ziggy-zaggy deliciousness. So today we went a little crazy because it's a crazy week. Hold on to your knickers, ladies and gents. It's a windy one today. We shall see you tomorrow at 10.